and welcome to the Morning Spike. It's where you get all your NFL news, fantasy news, mock drafts, mock draft grades, anything to do with NFL, we will talk about. We'll have fun. We'll do spike bets. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Mark over here, and someone I used to know, Panda, that used to be on this show. Usually he's on my Tuesday show. So we got Panda. What's up, man?
Half of the guys.
I don't know if I say half or third of the Panda Grizzly show.
Half of our third. Your math ain't mathing, sir.
Well, I mean, if Kramer was on,
Exactly.
Mark, yeah, exactly. That's your little brother right there, Mark.
Right.
That's funny. He is a little.
I was gonna say he might have eclipsed more times on the Morning Spike than Tate this year. So
yeah, it's true.
Just in this one episode.
Oh man,
that's all it takes. Just one.
All it takes is
yeah.
Oh yeah. Brady in here said, "Why didn't you guys use the real Detroit Hollywood sign? Because it's too sad. It's too sad, Brady. I can't. I could have did better with paper mache, in the Party City outlet. It's just literally, it's that bad. Let's see. Got Derpy in here laughing at us.
Yeah, we could just skip.
How about we're gonna call Ryan Pose? And I told him no. I broke his phone, Derpy. Now when they call, all they hear is, "Hey, who this? Who this? I don't know."
I think they ordered the sign on Wish. What up, them boys?
Them boys, what's up, man? Hopefully you got your jersey. I know Martin was going to send it before he left to go do his military thing.
Might have got lost in the mail,
Yeah, I mean, he'll be back. We got 2 more weeks, and then Martin will be back. So that'll be fun. That means we get to run it for 2 more weeks. He's going to be so pissed.
I know, right? Is he really doing anything, or is he just that tired of Commanders Bears talk that he's like,
that's exactly what it is. He just said, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. He said, I think they ordered.
He's like, the draft's over. We don't got to talk about these guys anymore. All right.
Oh, now we're going to talk about even more, because then we can look at fantasy ones, fantasy drafts. So we now know which team these guys are on. Does Marvin Harrison going to the wrong team? If he becomes a giant, do you not draft him number 1 overall? Do you go Caleb Williams because he's going to play? Those are crazy questions that you might actually have to ask. Or do you go JJ because do you go JJ McCarthy because he has JJ to throw the ball to?
No, he hasn't got it yet. He get it soon, though. I'm sure he put it in the mail before he left.
He did. He told me he put it in the mail right before he left.
Rumors just reported Goff could get $40 to $55 million extension.
Yes. So both Goff.
Well, they said that was their guy.
I saw Tua is looking at between $48 and $52 million a year. And what can you say about Tua? You want to say, well, you led the league in passing yards? Jared Goff, your offense is one of the best offenses in all the NFL. Like,
and
what
Ben
you going to say?
Johnson's still there, so you got to keep him.
They'll be good for another year. Maybe.
I just want to say I'm the only one here that said this could happen. You guys were all convinced that when Jared Goff went to Detroit, they were going to get another quarterback.
They should have. They did, though. They did. They did get another quarterback. He just happened to be hurt. And Jared Goff was allowed to continue to go. And unfortunately for me, looks good.
Hooker? Come on, by Hooker? They got him like the third.
Yeah, Hendon Hooker. And they say Hendon Hooker looks really good. But what might end up happening is they end up trading him. Because the truth is, Jared Goff is still young.
Unless they keep him and have him study behind Goff for a little bit, just like what the Packers were doing.
No,
I think that's actually the wise. Yeah, I understand that.
But Jared Goff's not even 30.
Yeah.
Right. I understand that. But that's more experience to give to a new guy. No matter how old, if he's in the league for 3-4 years, that's 3-4 more experience that he could give out to a guy who just came in the league. Any little advice, any little thing that's going to help that potential cornerback. until maybe a Bledsoe Brady thing will happen. If Goff gets hurt really bad, then he comes into play. He's being on the bench, studying film, listening to advice. Then he could just jump in, and next thing you know, we're gonna have a Bledsoe Brady kind of thing again.
No, I mean, I think Jared Goff is going to be around for.
I
I
yeah,
think
he's
they're
gonna
going to
be.
sign like a 5-year extension.
That's fine, but what if,
Yeah.
God forbid, he goes to drop back the pass and a lineman rolls him?
Oh, I
You never-
agree. I feel like
Good.
they'll keep him for 1 or 2 years, but I think once he gets to like the last year, they'll probably be like, "Hey, this
Yeah,
guy's been
trade him to
studying here for a while. Ben Johnson, you guys might want to take a look at him."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then before they just let him walk, they'll probably try to get something for him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
you
if he
have a
doesn't
point.
play
Like, I
for those
agree.
4 years, that's just what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah. But
So
no,
if
I
they'll
agree
get him-
with you that he's going to be there for
Yeah.
at least probably 2 more years.
I agree. But I don't agree with this at all.
No,
One
I
was
don't
a
either.
3rd rounder, one was the number 3 overall pick.
Right.
And
I
Trey
mean,
Lance
Trey
had his chance. He had his chance.
Yes, he did. He had his
Yeah,
lane.
he had his shit. And I do agree,
Now
Goff does
Now he's
deserve.
studying behind Prescott.
I
Deserves
mean, number 1
$45
overall
million.
pick. Been to a Super Bowl, been to an NFC Championship game.
I mean, he got paid last time. Before he did deserve to get paid, he got paid.
Right?
So obviously they like him for some reason. I don't know. It depends. This NFC North could be a murder roll of teams. And the only way Goff gets paid, I think, or stays with that team is if they continue to win. Now, if Green Bay continues to get better, if Caleb Williams is as good as everyone says he is, if JJ to JJ becomes this unbelievable match, connection, then do they move on because it's not good enough? Because there's some things that Goff just can't do.
I think it was just a ploy to try to light a fire under Dak.
And Dak was
Yeah.
like,
Plus,
They
you
were
got
like 6th round pick to maybe
yeah,
get Dak
you
to
got
play a little
you got
better.
him dirt cheap, dirt cheap.
Dirty
So-
guy.
Caleb going to be a bust. I don't
Way
think
too
he'll be a
early for
bust.
that.
I think his floor is like Kyler Murray. I'm not sure he's going to be a star. I am not sold at all. But the
And Kyler
his
Murray was the
floor-
number 1 overall pick, so is that really a bust?
I don't know. Like we talked about last week. There's only been 4 number 1 picks that have over 100 wins in NFL history. Only 4. Which is crazy. So that means just because you draft a quarterback number 1 overall doesn't mean he's going to be this great quarterback. It doesn't always work out. Obviously, it only worked out 4 times. So it tells you enough right there.
Right.
Well, what is it? Quarterbacks in the first round have like a 23% success rate.
Yes. Like it's
While
literally
other
it's worse than
positions
flipping a
are
coin.
way higher. Like tackle is like, I think at 50%.
Defensive end is high.
Defensive end is high, although I feel like we helped lower that a little bit. But Yay, Chase Young! Woo!
Hey, Chase Young he's not a bust. Just always hurt.
Yeah.
Walking injured. Kyler Murray, I can see the ceiling for Caleb Williams be Kyler. I
Oh my
can
God.
see the ceiling.
No, the ceiling is Mahomes, good sir.
Yeah, I
Oh,
see. After
I
watching the
don't know
tape,
about that.
well, so we watched the tape on Wednesday. After watching the tape, I honestly say he has a rocket arm. Yeah, it's very accurate. He's very mobile. He does do things well. I don't know how well he'll run an offense when it's not a busted play. Because a lot of the stuff was all busted plays and him improvising, which he had to do because he didn't have as much talent around him. But how do you run something when you're just dropping back 3-step drop, getting the ball out of your hand? I don't know. And
That
that's gonna be
sounds
that
so
question.
familiar. That sounds so familiar, doesn't it?
No, I mean
All busted plays.
I've been on Justin Fields a fan from the beginning, but I do recognize that Caleb Williams has a high ceiling. He has the highest ceiling out of all the quarterbacks. I think he could be really, really great. I believe Jay Daniels is going to be the best out of this class, though. So.
Yeah.
Oh, are you just saying that?
I'm
Till
saying
he
it,
gets hurt.
but-
Till he gets hurt.
Well, yeah. I still say what Fredo said about Jay Daniels was like Randall Cunningham is the perfect comparison. It's perfect. So I think Jay Daniels to Randall Cunningham, that's what you want. He's slim. He has this long throwing motion a little bit, but
I love Randall Cunningham. That 1998 year with the Vikings. Oof.
Yes.
Exactly. So if he could be that, if you surround him with talent, like what you could do in Washington, you could surround him with all that talent and you could block for him. I think everyone's like,
we'll be more like
why
the
would they draft
Philadelphia
him number one
Eagles, the team that
overall?
drafted him, and then he'll go somewhere else and be good.
Well, Randall Cunningham was great with the Eagles too, though. Come on, he was. He did take to the NFC title game. So at Anthony Price, if asking for $60 million per year, if Dak is asking for $60 million per year, they had to take a swing at another position. We'll see if he turns into anything. Yeah, because who in their right mind pays Dak $60 million?
Go for it, Cowboys. That's what I say.
$60 million. Oh my God!
I thought the Cowboys weren't going to sign him. I think they were just just let him go.
So no, they said that we both know where we are at. I think they would like to sign him, but under a team-friendly contract. Like they wouldn't go over 48. He's going to want to be the highest paid quarterback, and you're going to see he might be on the trading block one day. And Braden says, "Is that because teams reach too much for QBs in the first round?"
Could be.
It's 100% true, right?
No, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what happens all the time. They end up reaching for someone to be great, and he's not that talent. JJ McCarthy, to me, is a 31st rated player in the draft. He's probably going to be drafted in the top 7.
I'll give him props though, because McCarthy's stock has risen. It has gone up ever since the whole draft class until he went in.
But you know who else did this? Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Zach Wilson did the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying. I remember they said JJ was going to be like late first rounder, but now he's like up there and almost possibly one of the top 10 picks.
No, I mean it's most likely going to be a top 10 pick. He might be a top 5 pick.
Well, if he had just waited 1 year, he would have been the number 1 overall pick.
Next year? Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been the number 1 overall this year for sure.
Not even a question. Mm-hmm. I think also the thing that helps JJ is that he was the number 1 player coming out of high school. He was amazing. They showed all this talent. He went to Michigan. They didn't ask him to do a lot of stuff. But then his coach goes to the NFL and says, he was great all the time. This is not the offense I run. So it kind of worked in his favor. So always hurt is a bust. Yeah. If he's always hurt, he is a bust. No, I mean, he still has a lot of career sacks. As much as you look at Chase Young and all his injuries, he still has a lot of success when he does play. I just think that he only goes after sacks and he plays the run so poorly that you can't play him a lot. He's almost like situational. So if you're a situational guy,
right,
can I play you?
Like, they're going to pass, get Chase Young out there.
Exactly.
Because he does not know how to play the run at all.
Yeah. He's horrible. You wonder, like, with all those defensive linemen, how did Washington ever not stop the run? It's because all you do is run the Chase Young side. That's what it was.
So not too long ago, I saw the draft odds. Caleb, and I just out of pure chance, I saw Caleb Williams, if he gets picked, not number 1, but number 2 on down. The odds of that was like plus 6,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? Like, if I put $40, if I put $80, and if it happens, I win like $2,000, $3,000. I'm like, holy cow!
Because they know. Matter of fact, I'm expecting this week that the Bears announce that they're going to draft Caleb Williams number 1 overall, and so it won't be even a question. And they're going to start negotiating that first the contract, just like Jacksonville did with Trevor. It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll announce it and tell everyone. So we'll be waiting on Washington to see what they do.
Yeah.
All right, Derpy has a question. When has a USC quarterback been good? Derpy, here's
Carson
my question
Palmer.
to you. And we talked about Carson Palmer's one those top 1 picks that almost won 100 wins. Almost had 100 wins. He had 99. He is top 5 of the quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall. That's what Carson Palmer is. So as much as you want to say Carson Palmer, he was good. Here's my question. Would you say the same thing about Ohio State quarterbacks last year?
Mm-hmm.
Is CJ Stroud not the truth?
Yeah.
Well, let me see it for one more year before we start calling him the truth.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
Also, Paul Pierce might be a little upset with that.
Hey, Paul Pierce ain't the truth.
Right.
Paul Pierce, he don't understand the question. He's the lie. That's what Paul Pierce is.
I think the
He
whole
also pooped his pants, so. And then pretended like he had an injury.
Roll me back to the locker room.
You gotta carry him.
Don't smell. Just breathe through your nose.
Yeah.
Breathe through your mouth. That's fucked up. Anyway, I think the only reason Houston worked last year is because you have a brand new coach with a brand new system, and he was able to pick the quarterback that he wanted. So it all worked out because it's a brand new everything. Unlike some other teams in the league, you have an existing quarterback with the new coach. Then the new coach gets his other quarterback, and then the coach is gone, and then it just
that only happens in Chicago, Fredo.
I was gonna say you're just describing the Bears.
Only happens here. Most of the time,
the Bears are the only team that does that.
Yes, that do it backwards. We're the
in
only
recent history, yes.
backwards. Yes. Like every
That's
other time,
shocker.
when T-Law was drafted, it was a new head coach. It was no other one there. There was like literally everything set in place.
Now his coach only lasted a year, but
everyone else did it. Like everyone else. Kyler Murray, it was a brand new head coach.
Bryce Young,
brand new system.
head coach.
Only
lasted a year, but
exactly. Everyone else does it that way. We used to be in Chicago, mess it up every year.
Yeah,
they don't get me wrong. I still love my
coach,
Chicago Bears, man. But yeah,
that's very sweetness.
Exactly, sweet. University of Spoiled Children.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that. It's funny we bringing up USC, and you know who passed away this week.
The Juice.
Juice is no longer loose, and but they've had great players. USC has had Reggie Bush was amazing. Still, I don't think that he never got put in a situation that he could have been used. Reggie Bush in this NFL would be an all-timer. Like, it'd be unbelievable. You think Christian McCaffrey's good? Imagine Reggie Bush in that system.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush caught like a receiver. He was faster. He was stronger. He's all those things. I think that he just was in the wrong time. Came in the wrong time.
I blame that stadium that he tore his ACL on in the sideline for ruining his career.
I think he's being drafted by the wrong team. Ruined his career.
The Saints? That was the wrong team?
Yeah. I think that they didn't know how to run use him. All right, dog. Okay.
He agrees.
He agrees. He's like, yeah, the Saints. They ruined Reggie Bush.
All right, dude. What are you doing? All right. Sorry, guys. Then, boys, what if Dallas drafts a QB? So what does that mean for Trey Lance? Forget that what does it mean for Trey Lance. What does that mean for Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Prescott's pretty much done, honestly. I really do think Prescott's done.
I don't know if he's done. He was a number two quarterback last year.
He was almost the MVP. He was.
Yeah. I'm saying done with Dallas, not done in his career. No, I'm saying done with Dallas. I think he's done with Dallas. Dallas is gonna just let him go unless they come to some deal, which I don't think it's gonna happen.
You can't let him go. You have to get something for him. You can't.
Well, you might. They might trade him. I mean, let's see what happens with this.
I think they're too in deep at this point. They didn't bring anybody in this past free agency. I think they're gearing up to probably pay the man again.
Yeah. They're going to have to pay him, Michael Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb. That's just because they will be irrelevant if they don't.
Yep.
Here's a question. So we know Chicago is going to pick him. You think Washington would take Dak?
No.
God, I hope not.
Okay,
No.
what about Giants?
But you're asking teams in that division.
It's never going to go in that division, though.
They're never going to trade in the division. Just like Chicago would never trade Justin Fields to Minnesota. Even if they offered him a first-round pick, they'll be like, "No, I'm good, bro."
If anything, he'll end up in Denver.
Oh, and that would be scary.
Or
Sean Payton, that would be scary.
Las Vegas.
Or Seattle.
No, I think Seattle's got a couple.
I like him. I like him to see it in Vegas. Because I think Peyton and I don't think that'll work.
Dak is that type of quarterback. Dak is that get the ball out of his hands. Remember, Dak Prescott threw for 5,000 yards. Before he got hurt on that leg injury, Dak was going to break the single season record of touchdowns and yards. Dak Prescott is that guy.
Oh, yeah, he had almost 2,000 yards in
4 games.
4 or 5 games. Yeah.
It was ridiculous. He was on a run.
I mean, that was his defense's fault because they couldn't stop anything. But yeah, he was on a torrid pace that year.
I still think if Dak goes to Denver, it won't. I'll be afraid of Denver at all. Still, I won't be all.
I would. Sean Payton with Dak.
That would be.
That's the kind of quarterback Sean Payton loves.
He's specifically. So understand, before Drew Brees, Sean Payton always loved tall quarterbacks that got the ball out of their hand quickly. That did all the pre-snap stuff and got the ball out of his hand. Now, Drew Brees was such a great leader that it worked out, right? But that's what he really wanted. They were looking for Dante Culpepper. And Drew Brees, they saw Drew Brees, and they're like, yeah, we'll go Drew Brees.
Oh, Dante Culpepper.
Dante went to Miami. So I'm just saying, I think Dak Prescott with Sean Payton will work really, really well.
Well, only time will tell in a different universe, but I don't think that'll work.
Well, we might end up seeing it next year.
It's my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. I don't think it'll work.
We'll find out. I wouldn't want to play for Denver because I think Sean Payton, what he did to Russell Wilson was one of the huge biggest crimes ever. You don't do that to a player that you're trying to win, and then you try to bench him. Like, if I'm a free agent, I would never sign him Denver. Never. I wouldn't trust the man. Just wouldn't. What Sean Payton did, I would never, ever trust. And I think a lot of players feel that way. I've talked to a couple players that feel that way. UCLA, fight, go Bruins. Okay. I see you, Derpy. What's up, Kadani? Good morning, guys. How y'all doing this morning? Feeling good, man. I'm really feeling good. Excited by this draft. We're literally 12 days away. It's coming fast, and we finally get to stop talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anthony says, FanDuel says, do you believe under or over 4.5 QBs in the first round with 6.5 wide receivers in the first round? What do you guys think?
I think
I would go over on both. I think you're looking at a minimum of 5 QBs in the first round and probably 7 or 8 wide receivers.
I have to agree because the rest is going to be filled up with offensive tackles, defensive ends.
Maybe not defensive tackles. Some edge rushers. There's a couple corners.
Yeah, the edge rushers, right?
Safety and Deshaun.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
But, I mean, there's too many, especially at the end of the draft, that need receivers.
Yep.
You got the Bills, Kansas City. In the middle of the draft, you got Jacksonville. Then you got the top receivers who are going to go.
Those top 3 that are going to go. Yeah.
You have Rome Odunze. So that's 3 in the top 10 with Neighbors, Odunze, and Harrison. Mm-hmm. And then you got Mitchell, Thomas. That's his name.
Yeah, Brian Thomas. Yeah,
Thomas.
Johnny Mancho.
And then you got the kid out of Texas. The other kid out of Texas, Worthy.
Yeah. I think we're looking at 5 to 6 QBs. Because the reason why the QBs, I still go with the same thing I told you last week. People are going to trade back to the first round to get that 5th year option.
Mm-hmm.
So if 4 go in top 5, 1 goes maybe between 10 and 22. Another one probably goes at the end of the first round. So that's 6 QBs, right? Then wide receivers, those top 3 go top 10. Then Brian Thomas probably goes 15 and 18. Now we're looking at Adane. You're looking at Xavier Worthy. You're looking at I think there only 6 wide receivers go. So I'm gonna go under wide receivers. I'm gonna go 6 wide receivers. I'm at 6
I could go under on the receivers. I was trying to figure out a 7th receiver and I couldn't. So.
But
here's the other thing too: the Broncos are sitting at 12. They do not have a 2nd round pick.
Exactly.
So they have to go QB with that 12th pick.
Which makes you look at it and say that
so that's already early 5 right there. With the top 3, the Vikings, and then you got the Raiders. Don't know what they're gonna do.
Do that. See, the Raiders, I think, draft someone in that spot and then trade back into the first round with their 2nd and 3rd. Trade back into the first round and grab another quarterback. So they end up with 2 first round picks. So I think that's where it goes.
You could have 6 quarterbacks drafted in the first round.
That's why I said yeah. So
you could have Knicks and
6 wide receivers
drafted.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna go
JJ, May, Daniels, 8. And Williams. I'm going
8 offensive tackles. 8 offensive tackles.
Oh, 8 is kind of. I've seen somewhere there's been like 10.
Yeah.
11.
So that's why I'm
because they said this is one of the deepest tackle classes in a very long time.
So I mean, that's right there. That's 6, 6, and 8. Right there. That tells you that's 20 players. 20 players in 3 positions, and we still have edge rusher. There's probably 4 edge rushers that are Chop Robinson, Dallas Turner, Leitu, Jared Verse. They're all probably 4 first round ones. You got defensive tackle. You probably got 2 defensive tackles, Byron Murphy and Kid out of Illinois. You got probably 4
tight end Bowles.
There's only 1 tight end. There's 1 tight end.
Yeah, he's going to take up a spot though. So
yeah, no, you're 100% right. Jackson Power Johnson could be drafted early as an inside offensive lineman. We know pretty much the pool of players that are going to be first round talent. Cornerbacks is about 3, 4 deep. If you want to see defensive backs, it's 5 because you got 1 safety. So I'm just saying, a lot of these guys are going to be there. We know who these guys are going to be. So it's easy to go on a FanDuel and actually make these decisions, I believe.
Yeah. I wonder if that's
especially the QB one.
Yeah. So, as a Washington fan, we got a Dallas coach in the first week of the free agency. We got a Dallas player. So back to Washington. You never know.
No, and you're right. And I'm not saying we would pass on Dak, but the problem is the Cowboys would never trade Dak.
Exactly.
So you would have to hope that they cut him or just let him walk, and I don't think that's going to happen either. They're going to try to get something for him.
Exactly.
So that's why
even
I
if
would
you guys
say,
gave them, 2 second rounders.
Oh, we would have to overpay completely to get him, and I don't want to do that.
But then they're not going to want to watch him play in Washington's uniform and see him do great. They would be like, "No, we're good." No one wants I don't want to see Justin Fields go to Minnesota and then tear it up for a league. The league. Like, I have to watch that my entire career, and I have to look at Ryan Poles as long as he was working there. I'll just literally be the staring at him the whole game. Like, really, bro? Really? Like, I don't want that. Yeah, they wouldn't trade him to Washington though. Those are all free agents that were brought in. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
Yeah. Exactly what Mark was saying.
Yeah.
Say, I want Wing Challenge live stream for draft night by you guys. I can't do it, man. I don't eat enough.
Do it either.
I just don't eat enough.
I'm contemplating.
All right, what about Fredo there? Fredo's got that.
I probably could eat 7 or 8 wings and be done. When I was like 25, I could probably eat 50.
Yeah.
But
I'm dying. I'm dying anyway. Let's go for it.
We all are dying. It doesn't even matter. Whoa, early stream today.
Actually, we were late.
Yeah, we were late. I was like, I want to push it back a couple more minutes because I just finished making breakfast. Sorry, didn't mean to hide your comment. My daughter took my phone. oh
No,
no,
no.
Donnie, I gotta go check
He's like,
it
get
out.
out of here, Kadani. We don't watch your comments today.
Oh man,
That's
that's
funny.
hilarious.
All right,
All right,
what
so
we got?
I want to look at some mock drafts real quick and grade them. Not us to have a mock draft. We've done that enough. I want to look at some of the mock drafts that have been coming up and see what we think about them.
Can we put Mike Tannenballs on there so we can laugh it out of the?
Oh, I hate Tannenbaum.
That guy released something on X, and then all the comments were like, "This is why you're former GM, Mike Tannenbaum."
When I watch him on Get Up, man, that's how I feel. I'm like, yeah, you're stupid.
God, he had one mock draft where he had the Cardinals trading the 4th pick. Trading. They took JJ McCarthy with the 4th pick and then traded Kyler Murray to the Vikings.
Why?
And I'm like, on how many levels that doesn't work? First off, Vikings can't afford that. Second of all, Gannon loves Kyler Murray. I don't think they're going to trade him.
That was the reason why he became the coach. So that it doesn't even make sense.
Like, yeah. I'm like, there's so many, I was like, oh, this hurts my head.
All right, so there's the CBS mock draft. This came out yesterday.
Brian says fail. We're not taking Kim. Kidding. Got us having Caleb Williams. You failed.
I hate it, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Oh, we got OJ clips on the right. Oh.
I know. Hey, you get all things here. Remember he ran for 2,000 yards in 14 games. It wasn't 16 or 17. It was 14 games. Ugh. All right, so Caleb won number 1.
Let's see.
Oh, you can take Drake May with Jay Daniels right there. Come on.
That means New England gets what they want and get Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, yep.
Marvin Harrison at 4.
Of course.
Still makes the most sense.
Neighbors
at 5, which still makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Roma Dunze at 6. Wow, all 3 go back to back to back.
Is there a chance Bo Nix goes to Denver? Yes.
A huge one.
A huge one, yes.
A huge one.
As early as 12, too.
Well,
apparently they like Bo Nix and P Nix, so we'll have to see which one they choose.
Yeah. Joel goes to Tennessee.
That's the biggest spot I've seen. And then Dallas Turner.
Yeah. Atlanta.
Who we got for you? No picture. Oh, there it is. Jared Verse.
Wow. I wouldn't
edge rusher.
That. Well, if we go edge rusher, I just think we trade back. JJ McCarthy
so we got to trade with the Jets, which I heard is a possibility. I heard the Jets said they are open to trading.
But why wouldn't Chicago trade back if it's Jared Verse?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of don't like that.
Yeah, that is making sense.
Mitchell. Interesting.
So they don't go quarterback.
And there you go, Michael Penix. So this one, it's Michael Penix.
Not Penix.
And the Jets still got a tackle.
Fuaga, which is where they like Fuaga a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fashanu.
Saints. Okay.
Brock Bowers to the Colts. That's a good one.
Which they would love. That would be unbelievable.
Was that Dallas Clark 2.0?
Exactly. Even not better. Not better.
If not, he's probably better than Dallas Clark. Arnold, huh? So not
Arnold goes. Okay, so no wide receiver there.
Graham
Barton.
That's good.
Byron Murphy to LA makes 100% sense. Even though I think Latham might go there.
Yeah, I can see either one of them going. J.C. Latham.
They need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Johnny Newton.
If Latham goes to Pittsburgh,
makes all the sense in the world. They got to replace Wilkins.
If Latham goes to Pittsburgh, they're going to both quarterbacks will be happy with him there.
Everyone will be happy with that.
Cooper DeJean to the freaking Eagles, of course.
Which I've seen.
Brian Thomas without having to move up.
I know a lot of Bills fans that will love to see Brian Thomas
without having to move up. Well, is that the 4th receiver?
With the Vikings.
That's the 4th receiver. We need 3 more to be over on that one thing.
Darius Mims going to Dallas. Look, another offensive tackle, Tyler Guyton. So Latu Latu, 26. Nate Wiggins. Wow. and Adonai Mitchell from the Kansas City they traded up to get him. So they didn't want him wait till they got there. They traded up to get him.
But there you go. So that's the fourth receiver.
Kool-Aid? Seriously, that's his name? Kool-Aid?
Yeah, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Never heard of Kool-Aid McKinstry?
Alabama? Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. He's great. Oh, McConkey? McConkey?
Whoa. Well, there's receiver number 5.
No, he's 6, isn't he?
I thought that was
because Adonai
Thomas,
Mitchell.
I thought that was the 5th one.
Thomas was 4. Mitchell's 5.
Oh yeah, there was 3 at the top. 4.
Yeah, McConkey 6.
Yeah, so 6. So there'd be 6 if there's one more.
And
Chop Robinson. Oh god, no.
Which makes perfect sense.
No.
And they trade back into the first round.
There it is.
Right there.
6 QBs. 6 QBs in the first round. And I actually heard this could be a possibility.
That makes
because the Vikings don't want to
overpay.
No, they traded back. They'll trade up.
They traded back to get Bo Nix. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So they were like, "Yeah, we'll just
2
trade
players.
back. You can take your receiver, and then we'll get Bo Nix because we know he'll be there at 32." And that's not the first time they've done that either, because that's how they got Teddy Bridgewater.
Makes perfect sense for them. And they end up with a cornerback and a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. And those are 2 big needs for them. So
I still like the Jerry
that.
first.
Bo Nix got to be sitting there like, heck yeah, I got JJ and Addison to throw to. TJ Hawkinson's healthy. I don't like Drake May going number 2, but
it is what it is. So let's grade this mock draft. What do you feel about this? How do you like it? First, let's talk about how do you like the trades?
Oh, I thought the trades were good and
very,
very something I could see happening.
So the Raiders trained up the Jets.
Because not only were the trades equal, but everyone still got what they wanted. Like Chiefs got a receiver, Vikings got a receiver, the Raiders got a quarterback, the Jets still got a tackle.
Minnesota traded with the Bills. The Bills traded up to get Brian Thomas Jr. because he was there, right?
Oh wait, who did the Chiefs trade with then?
The Vikings.
Yeah, so the Vikings went back down to where the Bills were, their draft, and then they traded again.
Yeah.
So they traded twice. So they allowed 2 people to get receivers.
Exactly.
They allowed 2 people to get receivers.
So they could get the last pick for Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm. Which makes all the sense in the world because no one else behind you can get the QB.
You can imagine gathering all those picks. That's amazing.
So the trades, all those extra picks too. Mm-hmm.
I give the trades an A. What you got, Fredo, for the trades?
I don't know. I mean, it's smart trades, but is it? I'm sure it wasn't for one. If it was 1-for-1, yeah, of course, everybody come out winning. But for me to grade a trade, I need to know what's behind that trade. You know, what was given up, what for future picks later that year or next year. So honestly, as is, I like what Minnesota did a lot. I really do like the trades they did. They're really aggressive. They did a Ryan Post move, basically. You know, they're extremely aggressive, and I like that. So yeah, I have to agree. I'm gonna give it a B, considering I don't know what was behind those trades. But
okay, so let me tell you, Minnesota grabbed 2 second-rounders and a first-rounder next year.
Yeah, I'm giving it an A+. I'm giving it an A+.
That's a hey. Yeah, that's a great trade.
2 second-rounders in the first round next year for these trades.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it A+. I mean, it's gonna be a low, unless it's the Bills' first rounder. It could be mid. If it's Chiefs though, it'll be low.
So what up, number 2? Yeah, sub B. No, I said he had a question earlier about Nick Cage and Samuel Jackson, who's had the most movies. I told him Samuel Jackson had more movies because Sam Jackson would be waiter number 2 in the movie. Nick Cage has the star, but Samuel Jackson would be waiter number 2 and have no problems with it. So,
did you see someone actually took all the time in the world to see how much Samuel Jackson got made per movie, and then broke it down to how many times what he got paid per F word?
Really?
He said, and it was something absurd, like 20-some thousand for every F word he's ever said.
That's awesome. Oh man.
They basically broke it down to like how much he got paid for each word, and then they just said this is how many times he said the F word in movies.
It's like 325 times or something like that. It is something ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I think he is the Guinness Book of World Record for most F words in movies.
I think
in one particular movie,
it's actually someone's
all time.
It's someone like what's his name? From Superbad and from 22 Jump Street. I think he's the
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. I think he has actually said the F word more times than Samuel L. Jackson because he had to pay him enough.
Say Wolf of Wall Street. He probably said it how many times?
I think it was something like that. Like he said like 32 times in the Wolf of Wall Street. I think it was something like that. All right. Let's pull up another one. So overall, what did you give the grade for this draft?
I'll give it a B+. There was some I didn't really like Jacksonville's pick.
I don't like your pick. I don't like that.
I hated my pick.
Right.
My pick was horrible. Nothing against Drake May, but if Jaden Daniels is there, why are you not taking Jaden Daniels?
You know what's funny? I actually said saw the reason why you traded what's his name away because he's not a beta quarterback. What's your
Sam Howell?
Sam Howell. They traded Sam Howell away because he's not a beta quarterback and he'll never work with a young rookie quarterback being there. He's an alpha. He's going to push to be the alpha, and then they had to get rid of him because he just wouldn't let anyone else be great. He's that dude.
Got you. Makes sense.
All right, B. Thanks for dropping in, man.
All right, later. All right.
I got another one we're going to pull up real quick. I'm going to give it a B+ too. I like the trades, but I really don't like. I don't like.
I think if Brian Thomas is there and you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, how do you pass up on that?
Exactly.
That doesn't seem very realistic to me. I know they kind of need corner help, but I don't think they're terrible at corner.
And if you're a top 10 pick, you have to make sure that you trade back if you don't have the guy you want. Mm-hmm. What's up, Fredo?
When did that? When was that released? The last mock draft we had.
13 hours.
13 hours.
Yep.
I don't know why. There's a lot of rumors, speculation that the Bears might trade back from number 9.
Yeah, that's why I was expecting.
So I'm surprised that wasn't even there.
And that's the other thing too, the whole Jared Verse. I mean, he's a great player, but that was a bit early too.
Because I think he's an 18 guy. Joe Pesci has 272 F-bombs. Jonah Hill has 376.
Jesus.
Told you guys.
Well, he says F-bombs. Jonah Hill has 376 swear words. That's different.
That's true.
Adam Schefter said that about Daniels.
Yeah, I don't see how you pass on that guy.
Might as well start ordering your Jaden Daniels jerseys.
You say that, but
you said that on a Washington podcast. So.
I'll pull up another one, and unfortunately, I think it's going to say the same type of stuff. So,
is this NFL?
This is NFL Network right here, NFL.com. Okay. So once again, Caleb Williams, number 1. Drake May again, number 2. Jaden Daniels, number 3. And the reason why they talked about Drake May is because why they traded Sam Howell. They knew they were bringing them in, and that's why they got rid of Sam Howell. So it's this is they're trying to do smoke screens and all that stuff, but they really still want your dude. It's Drake May. I still don't like it. Patriots number 3, Jaden Daniels. 4, Marvin Harrison Jr. 5, JJ McCarthy.
We'll have to get these trade deets.
For the price of 2 first-rounders.
There you go, 2 first-rounders.
6, Malik Neighbors.
See that.
7, the Jets trade up with the Titans to get Rome Odunze.
Wow.
Do you really need that? I don't know.
Mike Williams, Rome Odunze, Garrett Wilson. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They still get Turner.
Yep, Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
So
Joe
Joe
Holt.
Alt.
I mean,
Man.
you can't pass on it.
No, I will take that.
He's there. You got to.
Wow.
A 6'9",
Brock Bowers.
315-pound dude. So Tennessee gets Brock Bowers. Okay.
Traded with the Jets. Yeah.
J.C. Latham, Chargers, because the Vikings traded up.
Mm-hmm.
Kenyon Mitchell. Wow. Jacksonville traded up with the Broncos.
That's a trade up to get Kenyon Mitchell.
Okay.
Really, everyone wants them to get a corner. What do I not know?
Terrion Arnold goes to the Raiders. Which, yeah, everyone's talking about Kool-Aid, but Terrion Arnold is the one that goes much higher.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints got Fuaga. Byron Murphy goes to the Colts. I don't hate that at all.
No.
Tanu, Seattle. I've heard that a lot. So then when Denver trades back against Fashanu. So they trade down, they got another second-round pick.
And Fashanu. Good Lord.
And Fashanu, yeah.
So they got their second-round pick. There you go. And get their QB, I guess.
And now they get their QB, exactly. Bengals with Mims, which makes a lot of sense. Latu, like I said, with the Rams.
That makes too much sense.
Cooper DeJean, wild to the Steelers.
Don't like
Actually,
that.
That's,
as in, like, that's scary to go against their defense.
Yeah, exactly what they need.
Yeah,
Johnny Newton goes to Miami.
Apparently, they're going defensive tackle. Doesn't matter who.
That seems like no matter what.
Nate Wiggins.
Wiggins goes to Philly.
Or
BT.
Brian Thomas to the Chargers.
Chargers.
They got their tackle and receiver.
Yep.
Oh, scary.
They traded up with Minnesota.
And they got
Graham Barton. Which I've seen a lot of because they need to fix this. The whole thing with Zach Martin not being there. You need to have a great center. You need to have that.
Zach Martin's not there?
They're talking about he's going to be gone.
Really? Oh, Tyler Guyton. I'm supposed to be the guy we're supposed to trade up to
Bay.
Wow.
Jared Verse makes more sense at 26.
26.
That makes more sense. It didn't make any sense before. Top 10.
Yeah. Apparently, we got him 9.
New England got a quarterback.
Trade back up to get Donnie Mitchell. So they got QB, and then you got receiver in the first round. Let's go. All right. I see you, New England.
Did he get traded? He get drafted above? Oh, no. Thomas already went?
Yeah, Thomas is already gone.
And then
Xavier Worthy. Yep. Bills.
This might be the 6th or 7th receiver one here. He got to the Chiefs.
Kool-Aid goes to the Lions.
Ooh.
Raiders trade back. I told you to trade up by Michael Penix. Because you had that 5th year. You just had to get your quarterback. It only makes sense. Oh, wow. That's the first time I saw this. Another offensive tackle? Kingsley Suamatu? Ataya?
Are they replacing Trent Williams already?
I guess so. Or put him on the right side. Ricky Purcell. Wow.
And there's another receiver. See?
Wow. Okay.
Ricky Purcell, huh?
All right, guys. I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
broke about 15 more minutes than us.
Sorry,
exactly.
I'm having trouble.
Alexa, stop.
Please try a little
She's not listening. Still going.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
See you, man.
All right, bye.
Something wrong with her. She keeps going off throughout the whole day. And I'm like, why?
All right, so what do you think about the trades in this one? Trading up to get Michael Penix Jr.
I didn't like the one trade.
Which one didn't you like? Trading up to get Donnie Mitchell.
No, maybe there wasn't one. Maybe I did like the trades in this one. Well, it was one of the earlier ones.
Trading up to get Brian Thomas.
Was it Jacksonville trade? No, that was part of the Minnesota trade.
Yep, because they traded up. They did trade up to get a cornerback. They got
They traded down to get Michael Thomas or Brian Thomas, basically. They gave up
Jacksonville over Fashanu. This is Denver traded down to get.
I like the Denver trade,
but that's with
Jaguars. But I don't like.
You don't like Jaguars selecting Kenyon Mitchell?
Well, I mean, I guess. Do they need a corner? Maybe I don't know their roster as well as I thought it did.
It looks like they do, I guess. Kenyon Mitchell's number 1.
Broncos trade was amazing. Get your tackle and a receiver.
Yeah, that works so well. I could deal with Joe
Jets
Alt.
trade was a little weird, but
I don't
the
agree.
Jets
But why
did
you
trade
get Rome
up.
Dunze when you could have
Yeah,
stayed?
but that's the trade that I'm kind of like.
Yeah.
But-
Why? Like,
I mean, it works in your favor because that frees up Joe Alt for
Joe
you.
Alt, but Joe Alt needs to go to Tennessee, and the Jets.
that's why I don't like this trade.
Brock Bowers. Why are you trading up for?
That's why I don't
Rome
like this
Dunze? Yeah. League neighbors.
That's the
McCarthy.
trade that kind of didn't sit well with me. The
Really?
Vikings trade, I feel like, was a win-win for both people.
I agree.
Vikings get their quarterback. Freaking Chargers crush it with theirs.
The top 4 are great.
New England got a QB, and who did they get at 3?
Jay
That was Jay Daniels, and they got
Donnie Mitchell.
Yeah, so that was good.
I like this one draft wise.
Those are 6 receivers in this one. Yeah, 6.5 is gonna be kind of hard, I think.
Yeah, I think 6 receivers is what you get.
I mean, I think I have to go under for the 6.5, but I definitely go over on the QBs for sure.
All right, so what do you grade this one?
Give it a A-.
I'm right there with you. I'll give it an A. I give it an A.
Yeah.
I don't like the trades, all the trades, but the draft picks I'm pretty good with. The best players went in order. Like, I think that makes sense, the order they went in. There weren't huge surprises about what came out. So, all right. See what you guys say.
Brock to the Titans. Bad pick. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's a bad pick, but I think when you have such an issue with the offensive line,
you need to fix it. When you have
they didn't address tackle last year because they basically got a guard.
Someone said Washington can start getting their Jaden Daniels jersey. Yeah, I know. Yeah, too bad. Joke. Yeah, we said about that. Schefter said that.
According to these mock drafts, good lord.
And
Adam Schefter, what are you talking about?
I don't know, man. I know New England was Jaden Daniels. I know that. I just don't agree with it.
Maybe Washington's putting all this stuff in the air, so New England calls them, and it's like, can we trade up one spot?
I can see what one spot or not, but I don't know.
Try to get a little extra draft capital so they can secure getting Jaden Daniels. But I heard New England doesn't want to trade up. So
New England will stay there and get what they want, and they might trade back, but I don't see them use because they need so much talent. There's so little talent out there, so I have a hard time believing they're going to trade up.
They have so little talent on the offensive side of the ball, especially at receivers. So they definitely do need to try to get a receiver and a QB.
I mean, being able to do that is just going to be so much better.
All right, what's our next one?
Let's see if I got another one I could pull up. Because I have one more. I want to do one more. I didn't want it to be a team-specific one.
We got ESPN. We're going to do Mel Kiper in live. You want a good one? We can get Mel Kiper.
Let's do Mel Kiper. Can you pull that up? Let's do Mel Kiper. I like it.
Sorry, I'm typing. Man, I cannot type right now. There we go. Mel Kiper. This is from one day ago.
All right, let's go. But doesn't Mel Kiper not have teams usually on his?
No, he usually has like I saw something the other day that here it is. This is from 4 days ago though.
Okay, let's see it. Anyway.
It's his first 2-round prediction.
Okay.
4 days ago isn't too out of the loop, I feel like. All right. Apparently, we need ESPN Plus to look at this. So that's cool.
That's why I know you always need. Mel Kiper's is hard to find.
I do have ESPN Plus, but it's my parents, so. Ugh, come on, ESPN. Why are you doing this?
You usually can find it on like Reddit or something like that. A lot of times.
No, this is also ESPN Plus. I can tell you the first one is Caleb Williams, but that's it. I mean, I can look at it on my phone and tell you who they are.
Go ahead. I have no problem with that.
Okay, we just won't have a video.
Oh, actually, I have it. Never mind.
You actually got in? Or...
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Let me blow it up, and we'll talk about this.
Yeah, I could have just put my stuff in, but I got rid of all my stuff when I stopped working. So,
which is smart.
Yeah, I was like, try to save some money here and there, you know. But I am interested. I've seen it a couple times, but I haven't actually looked at it, so I am interested to see what he says.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Mel Kiper, #1 overall. Caleb Williams, Chicago.
He had stuff to do, so he had to leave.
Exactly. #2, Jaden Daniels.
There you go. Hey, Mel Kiper. Maybe he knows what's up.
3, Drake May.
May, really? Interesting.
4, Marvin Harrison Jr.
And now you got the trade.
Vikings going up.
Trade 23 and 11, I'm assuming.
It says.
Is that what it said?
And the first round 2025. So they get 2 first rounds and another first round next year.
Wait, does it say the 11 though?
Yeah, so it says
number 11.
Number 11 and 23 along with the first
and
round.
First, so.
Yep, a
2025. 2 firsts and a second. Not bad.
Yep. Well, there's 3 firsts. Oh, the second year,
no.
first next year, first round. It's technically a second year. Gotcha. All right, so they get
JJ. Okay.
All right. Got Giants. We get Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, so see the Giants. They're stupid.
Are stupid, and they had Joe Alt staring them in the face, and they're just going to do it anyway.
Right? Like, come on, man. This is why you're never going to be good. So there you go. Tennessee finally doing the right thing. Every mock draft, apparently Dallas turned it to the Falcons. Just go ahead and sign your contract.
Yep.
Roma Doomsday. I know you're okay with that.
Let's go.
I know you're okay with that. The
Giants,
Jets.
Brock Bowers. The Jets. I'm sorry, Brock Bowers. Oh my God. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I said I like that landing spot. That's like the one thing they need. So, And then J.C. Latham. So there you go. They get a tackle. And then add him to Slater. Their 2 tackles are really good.
So now we have Kenyon Mitchell.
Bronco. Okay.
Fuaga
to there. So let me get Sean. Apparently that's all we get. All the Saints are doing is getting a tackle.
No matter what.
Yeah. Taron Arnold.
Yeah.
And then the guard.
Ooh. So Fatanu is not really a guard. He's a tackle, right? But they say he can play both right tackle or left guard. I mean, or guard. So he can play either guard.
I think he'll play guard for the Seahawks though. But they just drafted 2 really good tackles in the same year not too long ago.
But he can go either way. So
Cooper
that's another
DeJean to the Jaguars.
To the Jaguars.
You got receiver sitting right there. Interesting.
Yep. You see Brian Thomas on the board.
And then Brian Murphy.
Bengals, that kind of makes sense. LA still getting a lot too.
Makes sense. Graham Barden.
Still go to sit.
Need that. Yeah, need that.
Jared the first one to Miami. Interesting. Not a tackle.
Well, I think they do need help with the edge rushing.
Yeah, because Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips both coming off season-ending injuries. So yeah.
Nate Wiggins probably a done deal to Philly.
Yeah, that's
Cooper's not there. If Cooper's not there,
Xavier Worthy.
So they get a See, that makes more sense to me.
I think he's a 5th or 6th best receiver. So I don't know.
Tyler Guyton.
I like Tyler Guyton a lot. Mims. I mean, that's Chop Robinson. I've seen that a lot to Tampa Bay.
So that might be a done deal. Cardinals.
Robinson. Wow.
We did that once, I think.
All right. Brian Thomas falling to the Bills at 28. At 28, they fall? Okay.
Yeah, that's nuts to me.
Donnie Mitchell.
Really?
Right? Because they need more talent at wide receiver, I guess. I don't know.
And it was Kool-Aid to the freaking Ravens.
Hey, Kool-Aid. San Francisco. Gardner. So there's so many tackles. You don't know who's going to be like the 6th or 7th tackle.
Right. 9.5 offensive linemen in the first round.
Xavier.
There's a new guy, Xavier Legit.
Yeah, which I've seen a lot of people actually like him a lot.
But it's still, I think it's been pretty unanimous that 6 receivers are going in the first round.
So this is why I think that right here, I think they trade out of it. Because you can get him a second rounder.
Yeah. Oh, we got second round too. Oh, the Giants jump. What the?
Giants
have the first 2 pick. They're the go back up.
I don't see. Okay. All right.
I was trying to figure out what they traded for.
Lock start of a team will guarantee money.
Skip the trade part. I don't know what they traded for now.
14 spots.
They just gave up a 47.
So they get the 39 that they had, a 225 5th rounder. That's it. Oh, no, that was for Brian Burns. So how about more? In this projection, Giants will send number 47 they got from Seattle in the Williams trade and their second round pick next year.
Okay.
All right, so
there you go. And they get Bo Nix. I don't know why they don't try to trade with Kansas City though.
I think they go to Kansas City and go at the end of the draft.
Why not? And then you get Bo Nix for 5 years instead of 4, and then they can still get their receiver.
That's why I just don't agree with them. Kenyon Coleman is a first round pick. What are they doing?
Then he drops to New England in the second. Crazy. TJ Tampa. So they got to edge.
Jordan Morgan is another guy that watch it. You got starting off tackle. You got to start it like that. That dude is a great. I think he goes in the first round. Rams coming up. They still will see the Chargers move it back down again. They move 15 spots. The Rams will need to give up 52, 83, and 196.
Is this Penix?
Michael Penix Jr.
Yep.
That makes perfect sense.
I heard the Rams really like Michael Penix too.
That makes so much sense to them.
So only 4 QBs in the first round on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Tennessee
which I still think
getting
wrong.
Purcell.
Yep.
And then you got another runner receivers.
Conkey.
Oh, there's my.
And you guys get Max Melton. You trade up with us.
There you go.
From us.
That was what we turned. What's his face into Sweat? Yeah,
into Max Melton.
Sweat into this guy.
Edrin Cooper, which going to the Green Bay via Jets. Barton's been screaming about that. Johnny Newton at 42. Everyone else says he's the first rounder, but all right, whatever. Mel Kiper.
Atlanta Falcons get Kwame Lassiter. Man, he's that far. Huh?
Yeah, this some of this is like I don't know, but
Ernie
Enos Rackstraw.
Apparently, we're doing a run of corners now. More receivers. God, there's gonna be like 50 receivers the first 2 rounds. Another receiver out of Oregon.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Jackson Powers Johnson falls all the way to 47.
To the Panthers.
If he's at 47. We're trading up to go get that dude. Whatever you got to do.
It is the Panthers. So. Oh, no, it's Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was part of the Brian Burns trade.
Yep.
Yeah. That was the Brian Burns trade.
Chris Jenkins, Jaguars. Roman Wilson, Cincinnati. Patrick Paul.
Tackle. There you go.
Makes sense. All right. Jalen McMillan. Wow, receivers are just killing.
I mean, that is a good question, but I think Penix is a little different, though.
And the reason why you're doing it is because he has all that talent. He's still with 23, and you have time for him to learn the system, and he has a great trigger. So if you can learn from a great quarterback right now, that works. I think that works a lot. So, Jalen Polk, another wide receiver.
Yeah, that's nuts. Another defense tackle. Fisk.
Christian Haynes.
Probably a good need for them. We got running back Jonathan Brooks in the second
we got
round.
one. 56. Oh my gosh.
But that's a good spot for him. They're gonna need a running back. So.
No, it really is, and he probably starts. I think he starts. Zach Frazier, Javon Bullard. I think we did this same exact thing. Green Bay. Sandstrom, yeah, I think that works for Houston. I mean, they're just, oh my god, that's six picks.
Stafford's getting towards retirement, and they don't have a backup really. Hey,
Yeah.
they got Jimmy G.
Yeah, so they have a backup. They just don't have an answer for what you're going to do.
And then I think they still got Stinson, or did they let him go? Who knows?
Okay. This makes a lot of sense. Cole Bishop going to the Bills.
Yep.
No Micah Hyde, no Jordan Poyer.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
Makes all the sense. Defensive end at a Penn State.
Which I like that again.
Detroit, man.
Detroit's going to be really, really tough, man.
Baltimore's on guard. Which makes sense because they got to replace their whole right side of their offensive line.
Exactly. Yep. Drew Phillips.
Corner out of Kentucky. Kansas City going offensive line.
Which is funny because they used a first-round pick in the last mock draft.
He wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. So that's what we got right now. That's interesting. So what do you grade Mel Kiper?
God, it's weird because I feel like it actually didn't seem bad, but I don't want to praise Mel Kiper. So
I think is the safest of all the drafts.
Oh, I agree. But I do like his trades, though. His trades made sense. Especially the second round ones. I liked them.
The Giants, I agree, but I still think a first round comes in the first. Someone goes in the first round.
I still don't understand the Giants' thought process, but hey, we got a quarterback and receiver. Not that we're going to do anything because they could be on the ground the whole time. Even though you have like Joe Alt just sitting right there, but what do I know?
I don't know. Well, I think what we do know is that we don't know.
Yeah.
But someone's going to be right. There are a lot of these mock drafts where we turn around and see that they're 97% correct. So someone's going to
do enough of them and you cover all the possible routes that can happen. You're bound to hit on one of them. So in Braden, it's like a freaking tree where it's like, I have this. If we take JJ, then the Patriots are going to take Jaden Daniels, and then it goes down this path. If we take Jaden Daniels, then they might take Drake May. They might trade back. So now you got two branches over here, and then it's just and then after that, it's just I don't know. It's hard to track down exactly how it's going to happen.
Now you sound like a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Snap our fingers and get rid of half the people. No.
Exactly. Let's go. I like it.
Make it easier.
All right, but that is our mock draft breakdown. I don't want to leave without talking about something that me and Mark talked about before we started. With Brandon Aiyuk requesting a trade, Braden definitely talked about it.
Braden brought it up.
He's finally saying he wants to trade, and both the Pittsburgh Steelers are kicking the tires on him, along with who's the other team I saw? Oh my goodness,
I didn't see teams.
There was, when I looked it up, it was said the people that really wanted to kick the tires on them. It was actually on Twitter, I believe.
I think we got to see what happens with T. Higgins first. Because I think T. Higgins might be a little bit more sought out.
Well, that's what they say with Pittsburgh, that they want. They'd rather kick the tires on T. Higgins, but why would you trade in division?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's true. For the Steelers, they're probably looking at Aiyuk for sure. It'd be a lot easier to get Aiyuk than it would be to get T. Higgins. What if
Where else would you want?
T. Higgins goes to San Francisco and then Aiyuk goes to Pittsburgh, or maybe a swap for the two?
Because you still can't afford the receiver. That's the problem with T. Higgins. Braden says Baltimore.
Well, San Francisco could probably pull something off. Baltimore, oof. for Aiyuk.
Also,
Again,
I'm looking at one right now that's saying mutual interest between Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville? Ooh. I'm sure the Bills are licking their chops. Like, yeah, you guys who need receivers, pick these two guys up so we can have one fall to us.
Exact fall to me.
Like, Brian Thomas. It will happen.
That's going to be real cool. All right. So we'll be back here on Tuesday with the Panda and Grizzly Show, looking at more stuff about the draft, looking at the team breakdowns, looking at other moves that might happen, other trades that might happen in the draft. Do the Bears get rid of a running back in hopes to get another 5th-round pick? Do they use that 5th-round pick to try to trade up to the 3rd? Those are things that could happen easily. So we'll stay tuned looking at that, along with us on Dynasty Pylon on Wednesday. We're going to start looking at ADPs, we'll look at fantasy football, look and see if we can start doing, maybe even look at fantasy football draft. What you should be doing, what you should be looking for during your fantasy football draft, especially if you have a dynasty league. We'll be talking about that, along with some other fun stuff. Anything else that pops up, we'll talk about those things. And then next Sunday, we'll be back here on the Morning Spike, getting ready for draft week, because they'll be here. So,
Can't wait.
Guys, it's happening. The NFL's always moving around. What happens? Do the Chiefs have to find 2 wide receivers now because Rashee Rice is no longer going to be there? There's going to be a lot of questions that need to be answered. Do you trade down to try to get a wide receiver? Who knows? So, but that's what we got today's show. I'm Brian the Grizzly with Mark. We'll see what happens. Man, you got anything else to say?
Nope, that's it. I'm excited for the draft, man. Like I said, first time in a long time that anything can happen, really.
Who knows, guys? See you later.
Later.